Welcome, gentlemen, to another episode of Beyond the Trenches, episode 31, as we keep on moving up and up the totem pole. We're here with our regular panel. My fellow Pittsburgh Steelers fan, Tobi. What's going on, Tobi? Yeah, we got to represent, you know what I mean? Jeff.
Yo, what up?
And Jordan, what's good?
You.
Fan of the team with the least Super Bowls.
Anyway, let's move forward, man. Talk about our week 12. I think it was week 12, right? Yeah. And the biggest takeaways, surprises, stories from week 12. Jeff, why don't you start it off, bro?
I'm definitely going to start with the I'm happy that the Rams got on track. They needed this sucker team to come on in and give them some kind of morale boost. We saw Stafford have outstanding numbers. This is more what we expected going forward in the future. I'm looking forward to see how they bounce back with the next week because they got a really tough opponent. So I'm excited about them getting on track this week for sure.
All right, Tobi.
What's the biggest story
for you?
Steelers.
Surprise takeaway. Steelers. Okay.
Yeah, the Steelers. I mean, pulling up an upset win. Everybody calling them out. You know, this shows how Mike Tomlin is. He still has this team competing, even with an old band. He still has a little bit juice that could, still get you. Right now, we got 6 wins, and he missed the one game against the bum-ass Lions that we should have won. We should have, if Ben was playing, that'd be a W. So, yeah, that's definitely, the Ravens, they're going their way. We do what we always do, man. We beat the Ravens, man. That's what we do.
This guy was talking about how you guys are out of the playoffs.
Right? Last week, right?
I think what I like about Mike Tomlin is that he don't stop fighting. Like, he still might not make the playoffs, but it's still like,
all right. We're gonna talk about the Steelers later on. I got something for that. But Jordan just mad because he had the Ravens on the ticket. That's why he's mad.
Man, look, that last play, y'all was biting on nails. Sweat.
Anyway, what's your biggest stories, takeaway, surprises from this week?
Freaking FanDuel's rigged.
Why is that?
I don't know how Baltimore really lost this game.
Oh my God! All right.
And then I don't know how Detroit lost. I mean, fucking Minnesota. Yo, I watched that last play on Red Zone. Like, I watched it. The safety was so far back.
He was playing punt control.
I'm like, what?
All right. Well, let's move on to the game of last night. Pats versus the Bills. Pats win in a ugly game, mostly running the ball. What are your thoughts and takeaways from that game, Jeff, from each team?
For a team to win with only throwing three passes, now I'm concerned about the Bills. Like, now the concern kicks all the way in, bro.
Ben told y'all that, man.
That was a lackluster performance. Like, it was terrible. And Josh Allen threw it, 17 times?
He might throw it 30 times.
He
threw it like 30 times.
Yeah. Threw it like 30 times?
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe he had 17 completions. I don't know, but listen, right? Why did they go away from Josh Allen just taking off from the line? They should not have abandoned that. He's their best runner. They tried to basically play down to their opponent, and it cost them a playoff game. I mean, it cost them a game against a divisional foe. And now the Patriots have 2 games up on them, basically? 1 game up in the standings, but they have the tiebreaker head to head. So they'll see him in 2 more weeks. We'll see what happens there. But Bill Belichick just seems to never – I mean, he doesn't amaze me anymore. It's just starting to be the normal that you should expect him to come out on top in a game like this, especially Monday night. He was able to lock down Stephon Diggs. Of course, they always take away your best option, which identifies that the Bills don't have any other option besides Stephon Diggs. So in the same concept, they need to run the board more with Josh Allen, which I don't understand why they abandoned, because he's been their best running back all damn season.
Yeah, he was 15 for 30, just to let you know.
15, okay, yeah, I thought he became 17, 15.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah, Tobi, what are your thoughts on the game last night for both teams?
It shows a lot about where both teams are. I mean, the Bills, they always showed that they weren't perfect, but this is another game where they just look bad. Another bad L. The Patriots, but Belichick, man, he's doing the impossible. He's showing that he's the best coach in NFL history. That's the way it's looking right now. And Mac Jones only threw the ball, 3 times? They ran the ball. what they mainly did was clamp up the Bills. Like the Bills were throwing the ball. They have 3 running backs, and they still really couldn't like control the the run game. They got Breida, they got Moss, and they had Singletary. I don't know. I feel like before we always used to talk about. I always said the reason I didn't believe in them because they don't have a run game at all. Like, and the Patriots had a run game. That was the difference in the game. They couldn't score a touchdown at the end. Maybe if they had a run game, with the 2 running backs, they probably would have got one of those touchdowns. Being in the red zone so many times. So the Patriots, I mean, they're a scary team. It's looking, they're looking great right now. They're a threat.
Jordan.
You gotta give hats off to the Patriots in the game plan. I don't think the Bills came in there and expecting them to run 45 times. The weather had a lot to do with it, clearly. You have to give credit to where credit is due. They locked up the Buffalo Bills offense and didn't expose anything that we already didn't really know. They can't run it. I would disagree, Jeff, where they had options, but the Patriots didn't let them really get in any rhythm. Mind you, they controlled the time of possession. They ran it 45 times. They had 4 shots in the red zone and only converted 1. Defense was on the field all game. You look at it, they ran for 224 yards, and Damian Harris popped a 60, 70-yarder and only held them to 14 points, only held them to 1 touchdown. So I know I kind of retract what I said about the Bills last night. I'm like, well, they're kind of soft. In the trenches, in the D-line, they're a little soft. Offensive line, they're soft. They're more finesse. But I would give credit to the Bills, honestly. Like, they played a tough-ass game against a super tough-ass team who looks like really one of the best teams in the league right now.
Okay. I don't know about credit to the Bills.
You have to, bro. You have to. They scored 10. They scored 14. They scored 14 points. They had 1 touchdown.
Bro, they ran the ball.
They had a 60-yard run. They have good backs. They have 2 strong, powerful backs. Their defensive line the defensive line of Buffalo is not up to par. They're small.
That's what I'm saying. If I don't give credit to that's why I don't give them credit. Like, yo, they won a game with 3 passes, bro. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's no credit to the team that lost.
They scored 14 points.
Bro, because they ran the ball 46 times. How you gonna score a lot of points when you run the ball game? Like, they control clock, time, possession.
Bro, they had 1 touchdown and had all field goals. And 1 touchdown was from the 60-yarder. So
because
if you take away the 60-yarder, it was all field goals, right?
But if you know a team is running the ball only,
it doesn't matter.
You shouldn't get any points.
It doesn't matter. No, that's not the case at all. No.
Bro, they ran for 225 yards. And
what are you trying to say? So what are you trying to say?
You knew, like Jeff said, you knew what they were going to do, and you couldn't stop them.
They didn't. I don't think they came in there saying that they were going to run the ball 40.
You knew by the second quarter, third quarter, what they was going to do. You still
they tried to stop that. Bro, it's not like they ran for 300 yards. They put up fucking 30 points. They didn't do that.
They ran for like 240.
They had a 60-yard fucking run that ended up going into the touchdown.
Bro, they ran for like 240 though. That's a hell of a lot of rushing yards.
Bro, they ran for 224 and 1 was a 60-yarder. The rest of it was all meaningless yards because they only had 2 fucking field goals. It was all meaningless.
So what do you credit, the Bills' defense or the Bills' offense?
The point of them running all up and down the field was to keep Josh Allen off the field. That was the point, which they succeeded in that.
Correct.
But you have to give credit to where credit is due. They could have ran for fucking 300, 400 yards and scored 5 touchdowns, just like Jonathan Taylor did, and they didn't. He didn't. He had 1 touchdown.
Who are you giving credit to? The Bills' defense?
I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit. Yeah, I'm gonna give him credit.
Well,
crazy.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the interview that the 2 safeties had, where the reporter was like, "Well, is this? What the fuck are you talking about? Is it embarrassing, dickhead? No, it's not embarrassing. Niggas come out there and fight all day. They went to a dogfight. You talking about offense who didn't have the ball the majority of the game. Defense was on the field the entire game. They couldn't
stop the run.
How are you giving them credit then? They was on the field all night.
Put that into context. They did pretty well for the situation. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, you sound crazy, bro.
It was one-dimensional the whole game, and they did not stop that at all. They should have got no field goals, no nothing.
Yo, it was all meaningless yards if you only fucking scored one touchdown.
No, it ain't. It's not meaningless. I keep you off the field. It did my job.
To keep the offense off this field, which
that's what it did.
Right, and that served its purpose, bro. I get that. But in the same respects, you had a team, who controlled when you look at the time of possession, just look at the time of possession and look at how many times.
Talk about the Bills' offense. What about them? What happened with them?
They showed that they didn't show anything that we didn't already know. They can't run it. And the Pats had the best defense in the league.
I thought your boy Josh Allen failed a bunch of times, man. Honestly.
He should have ran more. He didn't run enough.
I seen him miss Stephon Diggs on the back shoulder.
He did miss the back shoulder.
I don't know who he was throwing to in the last play. I don't know what the fuck he was doing with that one.
I don't know what
that was. That was predetermined. He was predetermined.
But that was facts.
And the other receiver was underneath.
Facts. And the pressure.
I don't think he ready for the bright lights. That's all I'm saying, man. But
look, bro. Time of possession, right? 32 minutes and 1 second. Bills 27:59.
That's close. How you give credit to the Bills defense if that time of possession is that close?
I give more credit to the Bills defense because they didn't give up more than 14 points. I'm blaming the Bills offense for scoring. They completely getting clamps. They
give up one touchdown because Belichick decided not to pass the ball at all because of the weather.
But Mike, Jonathan Taylor had 5 touchdowns on them as a one player. This whole running game scored 1 touchdown, bro.
Right, but Carson Wentz had like 200 yards in the same game. So I'm saying,
that's cool. That's absolutely true. But I'm really not gonna just I was gonna bash Buffalo.
Okay.
Coming into this. I'm not gonna do that.
Like Jeff said, the division is they might lose the division. They might even make the playoffs now.
Yeah, they done.
I think they make the playoffs. I hope they lose the division.
I bet you do.
Always about the money.
I'll move on, man. But Pats are for real. Belichick, like Tobi said, is just a genius. And Josh McDaniels too, because he run the offense too, man. And it's like if they keep it going, man, who knows how far they can go, even this year, because they just that good. What's the next topic I had? Sunday night football. Yeah, the Chiefs, man. Their offense, man, they're looking at great. Even though they won the game in Denver, I think Tobi was watching that game too. A few of us was. But is the offense good enough to still make the Super Bowl? So what do you think?
To still make the Super Bowl, right now the way Patrick Mahomes is playing right now, they cannot beat the Patriots. It's not going to be good enough. It's not going to be good enough. I feel like
I don't even believe
he has to be better. You said what?
You don't even believe that. You just rubbed your eye look, man. I'm just saying this. I'm on my Skip Bayless.
Mahomes is playing right now. He has to be better. He has to be way better for them to get the Super Bowl. Their team overall is playing better. I like their defenses. They've been playing better. But he needs to play, better. I feel like that's the one team I feel like could, stop him from getting to, the Super Bowl. The Tennessee Titans, I never really fully believed in them. To me, in the AFC is the Patriots. That defense is legit, and Bill Belichick, he knows how to game plan. So the way he has to be better. He didn't even have a touchdown pass. So what did he,
Or
did not?
He didn't. He had a pick. Though. He has a lot of picks this season. He has a lot of picks.
All right, Jordan, what do you think? The offense so good enough to make Super Bowl?
The Chiefs?
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I would say today, are they the best team in the AFC? No. Do I trust them the most? Yes. So I do think this offense is good enough because we've seen this story before. I'm confused what Tobi is on.
What story? I don't remember them being this bad offensively, to be honest.
Yeah, but we've seen them not play well, period. Maybe not to the extent like this, but the last couple of games have showed me that they are on track. Divisional opponent against Denver, they scored 22 points. It is what it is, but
Jeff, let me let you get in there. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're still good enough. The problem with the rest of the NFL now is they letting the defense catch up. They letting the defense get better and get more repetitions, get some confidence, and that's a scary thing. In reality, Mahomes could turn this on anytime he wants, really. And George said this a long time ago. They really need a number 2. Like Tariq and Kelsey are good, but they need that third option, and they're not consistently getting it from anyone. So it's kind of like like a grab bag. Like every game is going to be finding somebody as a third option because that's going to be able to open the field up. If somebody can just show some consistency, that'll free Tyreek up. That'll free Kelsey up. But getting Clyde Edwards back is going to be beneficial too because then they can provide some balance. So I think I'm definitely on the wagon for them to be able to make noise in the playoffs, possibly win the Super Bowl. Because, like I said, now teams letting this defense get some confidence, and they starting to get a swagger now. They ghosting cats, they smacking them, and that's a problem.
My bad, Jeff. Mike is making
What?
expressions like his team going to the bowl or some shit.
Right?
I said nothing about Steelers.
Like his team is going somewhere.
Where your team going? To the basement?
We going to the same place. We in the same state. We going to Christmas. Cool. Like, you feel me?
Yeah. Your team going to Cancun real quick. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Anyway, what about my team? I don't agree with Jeff or you about the Chiefs offense, man. I feel like I feel like the league caught up with them a long time ago. I feel like, at least this season. I feel like the running game still ain't great as it should be. I feel like, and Hill, I think he leads the league in drops right now. He like top 2 or 3 or something like that. Like he ain't where he used to be either. So I feel like that, like their offensive game plan.
Man, you should know. You got them on fantasy. You should know.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point.
Ain't you on a 4-game win streak?
You know what? I would have been on 5, but I lost 3 because they didn't do nothing.
All right, then.
You know why? Because they didn't do shit.
Hill trying to keep me in it.
Hill or motherfucking Mahomes, yo. Honestly, yo, the way their offense is right now, I don't think the defense got better. Offense not good enough to get to the Super Bowl. Honestly think that.
I truly expect them to add some sort of wrinkle to their offense when it's time for the money time. I've always seen Andy Reid add some sort of like wrinkle to his offense. You might be seeing the same routes all season, but then when it's time to play money, he added his little inkle to it, and it's different than it ever was, and it exposes teams. And Bieniemy, I mean, I know he hasn't had the longest run as Josh McDaniels, but he's a really brilliant play caller, and he knows how to put his people in place. So I expect the Chiefs to add a wrinkle to their offense at some point, and it's going to blow up, and we're going to forget we even had this combo.
I agree with Jeff on that. Andy Reid's play calling will be elite.
Yeah, he's going to add a little wrinkle. Like what used to be a slant might turn to like an out route now. Like
the only team, but I'm saying, but Mike, the only team that can, in my eye, compete with them, who has the best chance, is New England.
Yeah,
today.
But
I think the fact that what the Patriots won't be able to do offensively, they're not explosive.
Yeah.
You got to be explosive. They're not going to be able to figure it out. The Chiefs will be able to match them physically, in my opinion. I think on defense they'll actually show up. So once you shut all that run down, the run game down, now I'm coming up the middle with Chris Jones. Now I'm coming around the side with Melvin Ingram. Now I'm coming at you.
Yeah.
Well, how is Matt going to react to that? That hasn't happened to him yet.
They probably run the ball 45 times.
Bill Belichick. He's not going against Matt only. He's going against Bill Belichick.
Bro, the Chiefs will put it on Mac's shoulders.
First of
Steve
all,
Spagnuolo is going to come in and say, we're not letting them run. Steve Spagnuolo is experienced, Super Bowl champ. Come on, man. He's not going to let them run all up and down the field like that, bro.
First of all, this is a national champion winning court QB. He can handle it. That's number one. Number two, not just the Pats. I think they got problems with the Ravens, also because they run the ball a lot. I think the Chiefs got problems. I mean, maybe not Titans no more because of not having Derrick Henry. But and your boy, the Colts could even get in problems. I feel like honestly,
definitely,
they can run the ball.
So I wanted to add a point. Like even their winning streak that they're on, I don't really. They haven't really. Well, they exploded one game against the Raiders, but. To Jeff's point about the wrinkle, I got to see the wrinkle first to believe it. On their winning streak, they beat the Giants, the Packers without A-Rod, the Raiders. We see what they are. The Cowboys, I'll give them that, but everybody was injured that game. The Broncos, they're going to play the Raiders again. They're going to beat the Raiders again. I think their next real game is going to be against the Chargers. I feel like then I'll be able to assess them better.
They gonna beat the Chargers too.
A couple
But
of those
I want to
games-
see. It's going to be a good game. I feel like it's going to be a
a
good
couple
game.
of those
Allen
games
should be back.
you didn't go into saying you 100% believe in the Chiefs. You didn't.
The only one was the Cowboys. The only one was the Cowboys. The Raiders, definitely. The Packers, it was A-Rod missed that game. The Giants, come on. The Giants. The G-Men, come on.
The Giants played
Before
them
that,
tough.
they got kicked on by the Titans.
The Giants played them tough.
You said it because Giants beat y'all. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm
They're
saying.
supposed to beat the Giants. Like
They played them. I mean, I get what you're saying, bro.
Again, though, I don't care who on your schedule. When you start compiling wins, you start to build confidence. I don't care if you beating Pop Warner teams,
I want to
college
see them against
teams.
the Chargers.
Again, that's what I said. The scary part is that the defense is kind of like going through this motion of getting their feet wet. Like they starting to be like, okay, they getting some teams where all right, let's beat up on a few teams, get some confidence, and that's kind of scary, man. You add that to the offense that could easily turn on at any point.
And right now, at this point in the season, nobody's looking at the record. Nobody's looking at, oh, this team is no. At this point in time, teams are coming out to play square. They're coming out for respect. You got to bring your A game every day, every week. So it ain't no, oh, they played the Jets. Ain't no, oh, they played.
They suck, bro. They suck, to be honest.
Detroit just beat. Ain't no, oh, they playing
Bleeding
Detroit.
for a win.
Bro, don't.
That's a divisional game too. Like
No.
I understand things happen in the but I just haven't seen that really, outstanding win from them. I guess besides the Raiders when they scored 41 points. They scored 41 points.
And they almost it was close then. So. Till Jack fumbled, it was close then. Like it was gonna be a track meet until your boy fumbled. Like
all right, well, let's move forward, man. Talk about team who always bring their A game, and that's the Steelers.
Oh my
and
god! Oh my
and how they beat the Ravens and stuff like that. But the real question is, are the Ravens? Everyone has Jordan hates over there, but are the Ravens still a contender? And can you trust Lamar in the playoffs, Jeff? What do you think, bro?
Nah. Lamar's got to give me more. I don't trust him in the playoff contender. They'll get in because their division is just that weak. There's nobody in the division that's gonna. The Bengals are unproven. They just showed it.
Bro, you still have one of the best divisions.
The Steelers are terrible, and the Browns didn't materialize to be anything we thought they were going to be.
Don't worry, Tobi. Hey, haters gonna hate, Tobi. Haters gonna hate, bro.
Where the lie at though? Like it's not like we're talking about again. Either way, no, I don't trust Lamar. Again, he's going to get to the playoffs, but when he get in the playoffs, he's going to be 1, 2, 3 Cancun, Mike. Right with y'all soon.
You gonna already be there though. You enjoy it.
I don't know. We might not be there yet. I don't know
We
yet.
still got a shot. We need to watch it.
We gonna be there.
Hold on, we need to watch it.
I don't know. I'm gonna be there.
We're gonna be there. Don't worry.
All
right. Tell me what you think about the Ravens and Lamar.
I mean, I never trusted Lamar in the playoffs. They're definitely gonna get to the playoffs, but I mean, the team has injuries. They had injuries from the beginning of the season. Lamar can carry them, but when they get to the playoffs, it's a different game, like we always know. It's not gonna work. Tonight, I mean, games like against the Steelers, proves it. I think they lost Marlon Humphreys that game too, so they're gonna get to the playoffs. But he's not gonna be a real threat to, I think, win the chip. So
they gonna win the division then?
I mean, they'll probably win a division, but
I just asking.
Maybe. Let's see. What about you, Jordan? What do you think about Lamar and the Ravens right now?
I mean, like Tobi said, they're depleted everywhere. Key players at key positions. This proves that they can't just put everything on Lamar for 17 games, especially in the division that they are in. With that being said, you do got to give credit to the Steelers. They came out, got smacked around by Cincinnati, probably the most embarrassing loss of their franchise.
Why are you bringing up old stuff, man?
I'm just saying. Hey, look.
The precursor to where we are now.
Yeah, and I think they felt some type of way about that ass whooping, and I think they're gonna rally behind Ben. with him officially coming out saying, I guess this is going to be his last year, even though we all knew.
Good point.
I think they're going to try to rally around him and try to make something of his last season, even though it may not be too much. A defense and a run game will travel, so you never know. They haven't had a run game in the last 2-3 weeks, so I don't know where that went.
You would know. You got Najee, so.
It hasn't. I mean, he's been putting up points, but it hasn't looked like it was. But Deontay Johnson is that bull.
I know. I should have traded for him back in the days.
Yeah,
he's tough, man. The Ravens, I mean, Lamar. I mean, they injured, but Lamar's playing bad. Like he's not playing good football. He even that last pass, like that was they should have made that pass. Like
that was a terrible. I don't want to say that was a terrible call, but like
they didn't run TJ Watt.
So you would have ran a field goal?
Exactly.
TJ Watt ran right to him. Like that was it was a hard. I don't understand that.
The design was bad. Like it was a play. It was like a read option, but right, you don't block the best player arguably on the field.
Why?
Like
I'm blocked.
That was hard.
So y'all would have all went for the 2. Y'all would have kicked the field goal.
I don't blame them going for the 2.
I think I would have kicked the field goal.
I would kick the field goal too.
Or if I wasn't going to kick the field goal, I definitely would have ran a different play. I wasn't doing that.
Definitely. Teams always outsmart themselves. Like that play was like, come on, you're trying to be too smart. You're trying to be too much of a genius, too much. It's just too much. And look, I don't know. You know what? Lamar had a bunch of bad games. The Miami game, the Cleveland game, this game. Like he's looking like not really good at all. I can't trust that.
He done reversed a little bit to me. Like his throwing, especially.
Well, you know it's key. He gets tired and people revert to their old habits.
Yeah, and he focusing on first of all, he loves Mark Andrews, which is good for me and my fantasy team. But he focused on Andrews a lot, and I feel like that 7th place.
That's his favorite target.
Last time I checked, you wasn't in first either, Jeff.
Hey man, I'm in the playoffs, baby.
You were at some point. I don't know what happened though.
I mean, look, it happened to everybody.
Nah, in all seriousness though, too, to your point, Mike, also. Like, right, he looks like he's regressing, but it could look like teams are starting to catch up a little bit because
what's hard to figure out is passing.
They're throwing when he's dropping back. Like, I mean, bro, I watched the majority of that game.
Right.
I don't recall on one possession where they didn't at least blitz him twice.
Yeah.
On a pass, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, he had free runners coming at him. So if you throwing speed on speed. All right, you might be able to dodge that first one.
That next one.
And then that next couple ones, we on your ass now. So now you can't do nothing. So they're sending people from all over.
We know how to play him. We know how to play Lamar. We got the
it's like that too.
We got the defense player of the year, TJ Watt, on our team. Wow. He's gonna win it. He gonna win it this year.
He missed like 4 games.
I was ready to say, yeah.
I missed those 4 games. Stop it.
He missed like 3. He did. He missed 3 games, bro. He definitely
Who won it then? All right, off topic. Who you got winning it?
Diggs,
yeah. I got Diggs too. Most leads the leagues in interceptions. And he got defensive touchdowns. Nah, he gonna win it.
Yeah, bro. He's got like 5 touchdowns.
That's a lot of picks, yeah.
And he got touchdowns. He's gonna win
it. More than 3.
Yeah, he's gonna win it.
We'll see. But he ain't missed no 4 games either. But anyway, moving forward, talk about the Eagles, man. And your boy Gardner Minshew.
Minshew.
Yeah, but they won though, and they look good, and they ran the ball, and So what you think, man? You want to keep Minshew, or you want to Hurts to play?
Come on, bro. I watched Red Zone all day. I didn't even watch the game. Like, it was the Jets. Like, come on. Everybody, oh my God, Minshew. Like, what? Jalen Hurts would have did the same shit. It's the Jets. Get the hell out of here. Spare me. Like, Minshew was a backup for a reason. He lost his starting job to the number 1 pick for a reason. Stop it. Like, Minshew's a good player. I'm sure a team like New Orleans would be happy to have him right now. Maybe even Pittsburgh. I don't know. But
right.
Like right now, like no, like come on, stop. It was the Jets. Like great. I watched the game. I watched some of it, but good game. Good confidence booster.
I think we might wind up with Jeff's boy next year, actually, with Carr in Pittsburgh.
So, yeah,
that's another story. But what do you think about Minshew and the Eagles, Jeff?
Minshew did something that I hope Hurts take heed to. go to Dallas Goddard. God damn. Like,
Yeah.
sidebar. Y'all know I cut Goddard before the game, right? Cost me 26 points.
You cut him all the way?
Yes.
Yo,
I tried
crazy.
to listen because I was trying to let him go to move somebody off the IR so I can drop somebody else, but you can't cut a guy you can't re-sign a guy you just cut.
Yeah, you have to wait. Yeah.
yeah,
So I cut the dude right before that, played Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas gave me 13 points. Stop it. Already put it in. Don't even worry. You ain't got to know. You're not high enough. You're not high enough. You're not high enough.
Another tight
Yo,
end.
it's funny that you say that because I'm like, yo, when they gave him that freaking money, the
It ain't
production
nothing
was
sense.
not there.
Nothing.
After
And that's
he
why
had
I'm
to go in
saying.
the game after that, yeah, one catch.
And that was terrible. He's been terrible since.
And then now, right, and
then so again,
screens and like he was wide open. Like
it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. You get open, whatever the case is. But you know what? He was getting targets, and that's what I'm expecting Jalen Hurts to take here. Like, look, you have a solid tight end option. I know Devontae Smith is your number one, your ex-college teammate, all that. No, they're not going to reserve Minshew, but I hope that Hurts take heed and go to the tight end when he gets back.
Okay.
he should really be the number 2 receiving option on all passes. Arguably one, if you.
I mean, they only really have one because they only been going to Smith. But now if they add Goddard, it'll give them a dimension that they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They weren't using.
He's arguably the second best receiving option on the team. You can make an argument he's number 1. I mean,
without a doubt.
So
the money says it.
He should definitely get more targets.
Definitely, without a doubt.
All right. So, what do you think about the Eagles and Minshew and moving forward?
That's I guess a fun topic. I don't have really much to say. Hurts should come back as a starter. Like Jordan said, they played the Jets. You remember earlier you was talking about you don't care who's on your schedule. You know everybody's playing. Look, the Jets, bro. They're freaking horrible. So
they could have beat us. They didn't. So
you guys
you know what I'm saying? Like
they had Gardner Minshew. Come on,
the game
Gardner
was a little close though. It was too close to my liking.
I was happy for Garner though. I seen a video of him like hype after the game. You know that's what it's all about. Man.
Oh, what is that? Yeah,
winning the games, but he's not that guy really at the end of the day. So yeah, it hurts.
Where am I at, Jeff? I might try to get Goddard too of this thing. Let me check on that.
I just placed my claim, man.
Yo, don't do that. You're not even in contention, bro. Don't even. You're not even in contention. Don't even.
Oh,
don't do that. Yeah.
I still got game left. What you mean?
Like, don't do that, dog. It don't matter. I put mines in anyway already. So
anyway, but yo, honestly though, it looked like he got picked up.
Nah, he on a bye this week.
Oh, the Eagles?
Yeah.
You're not gonna find out till tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll find out.
Yeah, the 8th I'll find out. Yeah.
I don't need them. I got Schultz and I got Andrews anyway. I got too many things.
I got Logan Thomas, but I mean, it was just like a bonehead GM move. I was like, because I just thought I was going to be able to let him go and bring him right back.
Yo, the Eagles gave me 17 points. Josh Elliott, he was killing this week for me.
Yeah, he was.
Yo,
he was lighting it up.
Bench Jeff is like depleted.
Depleted?
Just like totally.
Pretty all right. I mean, it is because Kamara. I'm losing.
Well, my anyway, speaking of,
wow, bro, you're talking about NFL.
I'm talking about Yahoo.
You're talking about Yahoo?
I know. I just made the correction. I didn't mean to say Kamara. I was mixing them up.
Oh shit! I was about to say.
He's gotta be scared.
Anyway, moving forward, man. The Washington beats the Raiders. We saw that game.
Yeah.
And does Washington now know they've been winning a lot of games? They have a real chance to win the division right now. So, what do you think?
Can they win the division?
Yeah, in the NFC East right now.
I don't know. I mean, they're playing the Cowboys next, and the Cowboys been iffy. So I don't know. It's looking scary. I feel like they could go to the playoffs. They got a good. Ron Rivera's a good coach. I feel like because his teams play good. I mean, they're still playing good. They're gonna. The rest of their games is divisional games. So I don't know if they're gonna win the division though, because that Cowboy game is gonna be it for me. If they could beat the Cowboys, I feel like they will beat the Eagles, and then go on their run, a longer run. But they already won a lot of games. So I feel like they won't win out. But
you were the only one who had them beating the Raiders this week in the pick 'em.
I mean, I don't know why I had the Raiders. The Raiders, obviously, they've been after John Gruden, they've been going down. I've been selling I told you I had puts. I've been selling they shit ever since.
Jeff talked me into taking the Raiders, man. I don't know why I took the Raiders, bro. But anyway, what do you think about the Washington, Jeff, and their chances right now?
No, they're not going to win the division. Not at all. They don't have a shot at it.
Damn.
But they don't. They're really, based on everything that they have, they're a quarterback away. And I know that is a cliche statement, but reality, they got a running back, a catching running back, a tight end if Thomas can stay hurt. They got a number one receiver. They got great defense. They really are, suited to have success if they can just get the under the center part taken care of. I don't know why Ron Rivera didn't take a chance on Cam. Then I see why.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jordan, about Washington?
So I think we need to start doing pick'ems on Sunday.
What?
What was wrong with pick'ems though?
Look, that's out of nowhere. Why?
Listen, I had a round robin ticket.
All right.
It was a 10-leg parlay. I needed 9. Minnesota did me in. Baltimore did me in. Right. But who did I have on the ticket for the upset? Who was my favorite going in? Washington. Why? Because not only do I believe in them now, they were my original pick to win the division. Do I think they're going to win the division? No. But if they beat Dallas this week, they have a very, very good chance. Why? One, Antonio Gibson is back, playing better. They're running the ball effectively like they did last year down the stretch to get into the playoffs. Heineke's more experienced with this year. In the last couple of games, he hasn't played that bad. The defenses that they've gone against aren't like terrible defense. Like the Raiders aren't terrible on defense. Seattle isn't terrible on defense. So if they can go in there and beat Dallas and Heineke has a good game, they have a shot because their defense will show up. Their defense has been showing up really the last half of the season. They lost Chase Young, but I don't really think Chase Young was doing that much when he was there. To be real.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they got Curtis Samuel back with Terry McLaurin. They lost Logan Thomas, but they got Ricky Seals-Jones, who's not a bad backup for tight end. So I think they'll go as far as Heineke can take them. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over and plays within that Fitzpatrick role that Mike loves so fucking much. You know what I'm saying? They can make some noise.
But I don't understand what they got to do with when we make the pick'ems. Like, why'd you pick? Yeah, right. He said a whole bunch of shit on
because when I went to the game, because bro, when I went to go do my tickets and shit, I'm like, you know what? Like, right, Washington's not favored coming into this game. I like the way they played the last couple of games. I don't trust the Raiders. But right, I trusted them when we were saying
you should have that on Tuesday.
Bro, I know. So
I went back and watched that shit. You was all on the Raiders, yo. You was like,
because I'm like, yo, they just beat Dallas.
You did say that. You said that, yeah.
That's all right. They just beat Dallas. Like, all right, they can come back, right, and try to figure something out. Like, right, you got to remember, Denver took an L, the Chargers took an L. Chargers could have been like, Raiders could have been like, this is okay. We can start back over. We may be able to get back into this. They let you down again, Jeff.
The coaching isn't there, man. The coaching, they showed a clip of the coaching staff on the sideline with the special teams. And like, bro, like you need to be talking to the offense. Yeah. Get away from the special teams, bro. And again, that's like I said. I mean, it was over, like Tobi said, when Gruden had to resign. It was over from there. Gruden. You know what I'm saying? Rugs. Like it just been downhill ever since. Like
that Cowboys game was just crazy. Like we all got that pick. I got that pick one for sure. But
Cowboys was just ready to go home and eat Thanksgiving.
And I'm like,
they was ready to go home.
I'm lit a fire in their ass. Like I'm like, all right, boom. They're gonna come out. I'm gonna smack the shit out of Washington. That's really how I felt. And then just like, right, a couple days later, I'm like, I'm gonna go Washington. If I lose, I lose. But
well, let's talk about another disappointing team, the Niners. They lost to the Seahawks, man, and nobody expected that as the Seahawks been playing. So, how disappointing was that for the Niners, and what do you think happened with that, Jeff?
Disappointing for the Niners. The division foe,
Division foe,
bound for a let up. You know, they have been playing so well. They've been riding a high horse. The talk of the 49ers have risen, and defense was so good, and Mitchell was running so well, and Debo was looking outstanding. Some teams are just bound for one. And I think that might have got one. The Saints, I think the Seahawks took them very seriously because they're a division opponent. And the 49ers just was into it like, oh, we're going to run them over, and it just didn't happen. I don't think anything's bad with them. That same formula that they've been winning with is gonna work in the playoffs. I promise you. If they give Debo the ball like they've been doing out of the backfield, crazy. Yeah, you're right. Good point. Playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. I mean, but I'm just saying, like, they'll have a chance as the season goes down to kind of, like I said, either play spoiler or maybe sneak in.
What do you think, Toby?
I mean, they're the 7th seed right now. I mean, that was definitely a bad loss. I know Debo didn't play that game, but the way the teams were going, it was like the 49ers were going this way and the Seahawks were going this way. And even though it was a divisional game, like the Seahawks have been looking very bad this season. So I don't know what went wrong with them. It makes me look at them as really like they might now miss the playoffs. I know they're playing the Bengals next, you know. And that game to me is that's another close game right there. You don't know what's gonna happen. So it's gonna be tough. I mean, the NFC is hard to get in the playoffs. We all know that, but there's a bad loss. So like it definitely they lost some points off that.
What do you think, Jordan, about that game?
I mean, I definitely I agree to some of Jeff's point and Toby's point. You know, they had no Debo. They didn't have Debo at all. Elijah Mitchell got hurt. So they couldn't run the ball the way they wanted to. They went into Seattle, which is not the hardest. That's one of the hardest places to play.
Facts.
I mean, funny thing is, took Seahawks spread 10.5. It hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Yo, listen real quick, get off topic. My man had a 7-banger, and that's the game he lost, the Niner game, right? 2,200 to win 10,000.
Wow.
This nigga, that's the only game he lost on that shit. He had Gronk, a TD for Gronk. He had Kittle TD. He had the Rams, Cooper Kupp TD, and the Utah Jazz. All the same ticket. Only game he lost was the Niners.
I'm like, right. Had them on my ticket, won that, and then the 49ers go lose this game. But I really just think it's a division foe. Just like Jeff said, I think the 49ers thought they were just gonna come and smack them. Seattle was like, nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, we ain't having that shit.
And they came out with some fire. Like I said, they lost two of their best Debo's been their best player on offense. Like, I know George Kittle's probably the better player, but Debo's been their best player. You know what I'm saying? So, and Elijah Mitchell has been like a surprise. Like, he's been balling. I mean, so but I think they'll get it together for them. I think those things.
You know, the 49ers got the Bengals next week. And then they'll get some. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's to think of.
I think they're going to beat Cincinnati.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they're going to
be a close game.
That was, you know what? That's a good segue, Jeff. Next game we're talking about the Chargers and Bengals, and we all had the Bengals.
Yeah, right.
I wanted Chargers so bad, but I couldn't pull the trigger. I was so mad about that. But Bengals, they did lose after they just beat the Steelers the week before. So what do you call
just beat?
Come on, man. A win is a win is a win, bro.
They didn't just
win. They got a W over the Steelers.
They didn't just beat the Steelers.
It's not just a beat. No.
A convincing W. Let's move on, man.
Yeah, exactly. Win is a win, you know? Anyway, they got beat yesterday by the Chargers. So what do you think about those two teams, Jordan and the Bengals?
I mean, I think they're young, they're talented, they're going to be great. Do they know how to be great or consistent? We don't know. Clearly, they don't.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow got hurt early in that game before the second half started. I think that affected him. And I think it'll affect him next week, too.
Burrow?
Yeah.
Nah, he was playing trash in the first half, bro.
Huh?
He's playing trash in the first half.
He was.
So the injury ain't got nothing to do
with it. Touchdown pass, you know what I'm saying? It was just bad. Like, these are two good teams, though. Like, these are two good, talented teams. Like, that you can say, like, any given Sunday, they can beat anybody. like in our
But they're
honesty,
both so inconsistent, yo,
It's
especially the Chargers.
yeah, for sure.
You
Especially
might get great Chargers one week and then
But I
bad
think
Chargers.
if I had to say who do I trust more, like moving forward, I'll be honest. I'm gonna say the Bengals.
No,
I'm not even gonna lie because I I know some people will say like, oh, give me Justin Herbert over Joe Burrow, but I love Joe Burrow, bro. Like I'm a huge Joe Burrow fan.
I am too.
Like he has it all, like the skill, but the intangibles too, like the shit that you want from a QB. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like a linebacker playing quarterback. Like you know what I'm saying? He's with the shits. So like I really like them. If I had to say like who do I trust more, I honestly am gonna say the Bengals, and I think their defense is better than San Diego.
I also think I'll say Herbert over Burrow though, even though I like the Bengals.
I wouldn't like I would see why I totally see why you would say that for sure.
Yeah, I think Herbert better. But what do you think about the Bengals and that loss in that game, Tobi, against the Chargers?
I watched the highlights of the game. There was a lot of turnovers going on.
Yeah.
And Jeff was right. Joe Burrow, the Bengals were like mainly trash for the majority of the first half, and then they just like stormed back. There was a lot of turnovers going on. They're both two inconsistent teams. Like what I seen from that game was inconsistency. The Chargers were up, blowing them out. All of a sudden, Bengals come back. And then I remember the Bengals were driving, and then the running back just fumbled the ball. I forgot. I think somebody they picked it up, took it back to the crib. After that, it was like basically game. Then Joe Burrow threw a pick like towards the end zone and stuff. When they marched all the way down there, and he threw a pick there. So they're both inconsistent teams. Who I trust more going forward, I'm gonna say the Chargers. I feel like they have the better. Oh, come on, the Bengals and just organizationally, I think the Chargers are over the Bengals, like overall. So and then when it comes to the team, I think they have a better defense. The Chargers have a better defense, and Herbert. I mean Herbert, from that scene, he's I'm picking him over Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow too. I think he's gonna be nice. They're both gonna be nice, but Herbert right now is to me better, So but two inconsistent teams. They still, I think they both might make the playoffs. I gotta, double check. I'm not sure, but they're not really broke up because they have a lot of young talent, especially at the quarterback position, that still needs to, mature a little more.
All right, same question for Jeff. Thoughts on the game? Hold on. Thoughts on the game? What team do you trust more, and what QB would you take?
Thoughts on the game? The Bengals play lackluster. They have a major history of doing that. Their game before this, they beat the Steelers, and then the game before that, the Raiders. But then they got blew out by the Browns, and they lost to the Jets this season in back-to-back losses. So we don't really. They Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde all the way through, and this game was really proof that these are two young, great quarterbacks. But I gotta give the edge to Herbert, just because he's just better. When he's great, he's great. When he's bad, he's not that bad. This was Joe Burrow being very bad. The fumble, the 2 interceptions. Come on, bro. I'm not saying Herbert have a game like this.
Bad games this year, though, bro.
Now, I don't know if it was like this, bro. This is 3 turnovers by your franchise quarterback, and these were like in the first half. So I don't really know how bad. I think Herbert is better. I like his stature. I think he has better weapons already, and I think that the organization had a taste of some success last year towards the end that didn't really carry over the way they wanted to, and I associate that to them firing the head coach. So yeah, the game was crazy. It's crazy because the Chargers jumped out. The Bengals only really scored in the middle 2 quarters. They couldn't score in the first quarter, and they couldn't score at the end.
All right. Yeah, and I concur. Now, you said, Jeff, number 9 was an easy answer, so I don't agree. But the question was, what team is the biggest threat to the Cardinals in the NFC right now? Go ahead, Jeff. You said it was easy.
The Packers. The Packers, the most complete team. They got a star running back, and they got a star quarterback, of course, a Hall of Famer, surefire, first ballot. Aaron Jones is really good. Hell, even A.J. Dillon is really good. They got a number 1 receiver in Devontae. They find alternative weapons, and the defense has really changed the perplexity this year. Like, even losing Jair, which they might get him back at some point in the near future, that defense has been really, really good. Like, you think about it. Last year, the main thing I remember is the Kevin King getting cooked over and over and over and over. I really haven't seen him that much. So that's an interesting thing for me. I think the progression, they got linebackers, they got Preston Smith, they got linemen, they got a lot of good talent there. And I think it is not the Cardinals as the best team, even though their record identifies that. I think the Packers are a better team and the best team and the competition to them in the NFC.
All right, Tobi, you agree?
Yeah, I would say the Packers. I would say the Bucks are a close second just because of the quarterback, Tom Brady, but as a team, definitely the Packers. They're the best team. They beat the Cardinals, and I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers didn't have like hella receivers that game. So,
Right.
I'm gonna definitely easy answer for me. Packers.
Jordan?
Don't be eyeball. Don't even stand out just because you want to. Just be truthful and be honest. Don't get on the whole I want to be different thing. Like I want to be like
I'm not trying to be, but like all I'm trying to say is I really don't want to go against Tampa Bay.
That's what I was gonna say.
I really don't. Yo,
Me too.
I'm not
I was
gonna
Tampa
lie.
Bay.
The last couple of games, even the game that they lost against the Colts, and then they just played Atlanta. Like with them having Gronk back in the lineup,
Yep.
they'll get AB back, right?
no.
Yeah, he only got 3 games.
He's been 23 games.
I mean, okay. I think
Hey,
that's
he
a
missed one
huge
already.
loss. I think that's a huge loss.
Yeah, he missed one already.
I think that's a huge loss. 3 games out of the
They're
rotation.
going 2 more games, bro. They're going to the playoffs.
Nah, bro. I think this is a big period. They haven't been hitting the pedal like they have. They got 2 L's back to back, and then they lose AB for 2 more games.
Well, this is where I'm going though. They get Gronk back, right? They get AB back, right? Leonard Fournette has been killing. He looks like Jacksonville Fournette. Like he looks like the Leonard Fournette that like we all wanted to, like we all thought the NFL was going to see. Like he's a beast. Like they have found a way to incorporate him into the offense in both ways, running the ball and passing. Like if they continue to do that, I think they will be unstoppable. I'm just going to be real. The defense has showed up really the last 3 weeks. I know they let up a lot of points against Indianapolis, but they let up some big plays against Indianapolis for them to get those touchdowns. You feel what I'm saying? I think they're going to come around, and if you had to say who's the biggest threat to the Cardinals,
I'm going with the Bucks.
it's got to be Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay can neutralize a lot of the shit that they do.
That defense is terrible. We talked about it all season, how bad
They're
that defense
around,
is.
bro.
They got better, bro.
Bro, they're getting better. I'm sitting there. They're getting I'm just seeing it. I'm getting nervous because I'm like, I'm telling you, bro. I'm not betting against Tampa Bay now. Like this is at a point.
That's why when you said it's an easy answer, I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? It's not an easy answer. I'm going
this is where we were at last year, where everybody was like, "Oh, Tampa Bay ain't shit. They ain't shit.
Aaron Brady better win MVP again. I mean, not again, but better win MVP.
And then
Brady's not winning MVP. Brady ain't winning MVP. They're gonna give it to Taylor.
Okay, listen.
That's good.
That's a very good. Yeah, Taylor.
Taylor who?
Well, Jonathan Taylor. He got 12.
I don't think he should get it, but he's in the conversation.
There's no MVP.
Right?
It's gonna be between A-Rod or Tom Brady.
Taylor's in the conversation though.
For sure.
Yeah.
Taylor's in the conversation. He should be number 3 right now.
Right, number 3.
Yeah.
He could be number 3, but number 1 and 2, he's not gonna pass them because
I don't think Brady getting MVP consideration this year.
You're right.
Consideration? He ain't get consideration?
Yeah, he ain't.
Brady.
They're not going to think about giving it to him. He's going to be in the convo, but they're not going to give it to him. They're not.
Why? I mean, I think they're gonna give it to probably A-Rod. I feel like maybe A-Rod. It's gonna be one of them. A-Rod or
He's 44 and having a better season than he was last year.
Right. He has hella touchdown passes. He might
get
close to 50.
He's still holding out for Derek Carr to make the playoffs.
I forgot Derek Carr was MVP like 5 weeks ago.
Oh wait. That was actually about 8 weeks ago. Really, I'm gonna be honest. That was like 8 weeks ago.
Okay, right.
And I did say that because he was, even though he's still leading the league in yards and completion percentage, he was having a better season then, but he tailed off.
Anyway, so listen, Jeff. Power rankings then 1 through 5, since that's where we're at now in the show. That stuff. Yeah. So you don't gotta go first, Jeff. But who?
Ready?
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Jeff.
I got the Cardinals, the Packers, the Patriots. You know this is gonna sound crazy. The Bucks. And then this is a tough one too. I gotta go with Dallas. I gotta stick with them.
Wow.
I got to. I gotta stick with Dallas.
You got yours, Toby?
Wow.
I'm gonna go number 1, Arizona, 2, Green Bay, 3.
Before you decide, last week you had 3 at the Patriots at 3 and they won. So I'm confused if you like why?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep them at 3.
Yeah,
4 Tampa Bay, and 5 I'm gonna go the Chiefs.
All right, Jordan.
Cardinals, Packers, Patriots, Bucks, Chiefs. Today, Tampa Bay is about to be going to 2 or 3. They're going up. They're moving up as the year goes on. I know that for sure. But after everything today, that's the 5.
I'm gonna go Cardinals, Patriots 2. Then I'm gonna go Packers. Then I'm gonna go Bucks. And number 5. 5 is always the toughest one, right?
Always the toughest.
Yeah, 5 is like
it's just like teams right there in the muddle. Who do you trust more?
Yeah. Well, what's the Colts record? I'm gonna go with the Colts actually on that.
First of all, you pick. Okay.
No, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
Nah, you ain't got to. Don't listen to me, bro. Like,
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. But I do got the Pats at 2 though over the Packers right now and whatnot. After that win yesterday and whatnot. So last week, as we know, Tobi had the Pats, Bengals, and Washington. So he had the best week. The rest of us had all the Pats, Bengals, and Raiders. So Tobi was 2-1. We were all 1-2. And Tobi got the best win percentage at 611. That favorite win percentage. Jordan at 436 win percentage right now. Jeff is at 512 and I'm at 536 right now. For the record. But this week, because we're picking the day, Jordan. I'm sorry, bro. These are the picks. We're gonna do: Cowboys versus Washington, Bucks versus the Bills, and Niners versus the Bengals.
Niners versus Bengals. Oh, okay.
I think these are easy.
You think easy?
These are.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go. I do. I'm gonna go first. I got Cowboys, Buccaneers, and 49ers.
Cowboys, Buccaneers, 49ers.
I'm gonna roll with that as well.
Okay.
What's the deadline?
Yo, I'm gonna change it up. Sunday.
Nah.
Unless COVID or major injury.
Y'all made me keep mine the other week, man. I was gonna switch it to the Bucks. I was like, no.
But for no reason though.
I told y'all because Gronk was coming back and Vita Verde was coming back.
We knew Gronk was coming back though on
Tuesday.
On Tuesday, he was already playing. Vita Verde, I might give you Vita Verde. I might give you that.
What was that, Jordan? Cowboys, what? Bucks and Bengals?
Yeah, same way Jeff had it.
Bengals.
I'm surprised you like the Niners. Probably say Niners.
Damn.
I didn't think the Bengals.
That's a tough game to me.
I'm pretty sure Joey Burrow got hurt. I'm pretty sure he got hurt. He messed up his hand. He messed up his throwing hand.
Oh, okay.
I think he's still playing, but I know he messed up his throwing hand.
Well, so y'all got Cowboys, Bucks, and Niners. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Tobi.
I got the Bucks. I got Cowboys, but this is gonna be the deciding factor for real.
Well, you got Cowboys and Bucks, Tobi?
Yeah, of course. Those are the two easy ones. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers now.
Oh my God, y'all whack.
That defense, I feel like their defense will.
Yo, Mike gonna go with then. I can't blame you though for going with Cincy. I mean, like it's a rough pick.
I think Debo's coming back.
Yeah, and say like
I don't know, man.
I like Niners though, but I'm gonna tell you where I'm surprised y'all at. I got to keep ahead of Jeff, so I'm gonna go Cowboys, and I'm gonna go Bills.
Watch us all go 0-3. Oh, well, you're gonna go with the Bills.
I'm going with the Bills and the Niners.
You just
The Bills don't run
the playoffs.
They don't run the ball.
Huh?
After you just said they might not make the playoffs, you picking them to go beat Tampa Bay?
It's a surprising pick.
I don't know. You just doing that, bro. If you think they go into the playoffs, they gotta beat it.
Right.
Exactly. That's why I was picking the Bills.
That's what you said. But you said they not.
Okay.
No, they might not.
They
might not. But I like them. You know what? Because I just feel like listen, either they win this week or they're done. Pretty much.
I gotta look at their schedule. Their schedule's gonna matter, for.
They right now they're 7th seed right now.
They are.
Yeah, they're 7th seed right now today.
What's their record?
8 and no, not 8. They got 7-5.
7-5.
They're 7-5.
Yes. So they'll be 7-6.
They're
going to the playoffs. They're going to the playoffs. They're gonna.
Yeah, they're better.
Regardless of this week,
better than those.
They got
better than what?
The Panthers.
They're better than those teams in the hunt.
Yeah, they're better, and their schedule's kind of easy after the Bucks.
I mean, they're better than. They're better than Baltimore.
They could have Patriots again, but
right. They're better than Cleveland.
They ain't better than Baltimore, man. I don't know.
You're not better than Baltimore. You're not taking them over Baltimore.
The Bills.
Yeah, that's a close game.
What about
Bills might be better because
we already beat them. The Steelers. So,
yeah, we beat them.
We did.
We did. That's true.
Stop.
It is. It's true. We beat them.
Stop, bro. You got the Bills.
A win is a win.
San Fran. You got Chargers, Bengals, all those bubble teams, right? Browns.
Yeah.
Who else?
Browns. Browns off the bubble.
No. So who else? Colts. Right? I mean, Colts smacked them, but
Browns is still. They 6 right now.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills. I'm gonna just roll with it. I'm gonna say Cowboys, Bills, Niners. We all know about Joe Burrow, so we'll take the Niners and Cowboys. They should beat Washington, my God. So, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, fellas, that's our show, man. Been another one. Thank you guys as always. We'll be back next week with another Beyond the Trenches. Probably have some special stuff me and Jeff working on next week. But for that, we'll see you guys next week.
Spread the word. We out here.
more.
The Nets losing to